Easy, said.
Seats.
Yeah, it's feeling good.
Yeah,
Yes.
it felt hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, awesome. Right, okay. We're all good? Right. So what's your first name?
Jenny.
Jenny, and you've got problems with your ankles?
Yeah, I've got, my feet seem to be flat and my ankles are painful and the pain radiates up to my knees and my
Right.
hips.
So you've noticed what's
Yes.
happening there?
Yes.
Right, okay. So he said easy, which is really good. Usually when he says easy, that means it's only going to take a few minutes to fix. So let me just get comfortable. I wear white so that any energy pulled off you guys stands out in my auric field, so my guys can see it and think, oh yeah, this needs to come out. Right, so we're doing the right one first. Okay. God bless. All right, now, what they're telling me is that you are really, really good at putting a brave face on things. All right? Too good, in fact, too good at doing that. If you're putting a brave face too much of the time, people then don't know when there is an issue. So you've sort of got to balance that, yeah? God bless. Right, what I've got around the ankle looks like a, oh, I can see it. It looks like an adjustable spanner. So there's tightness around the ankles that shouldn't be there. And because of that, the blood flow, the lymphatic system isn't flowing properly. And it's to do with holding yourself in. It's to do with holding yourself in. It's okay to get pissed off, angry, hurt. It's okay to feel all those feelings. We need to understand that. It's not okay to go out into the world and hit somebody because we don't feel good. But it's okay to feel our feelings. And most of us, as we've gone through life, it wasn't okay. As children, we were told to stuff it all in. Going into relationships are usually a nightmare because neither party is saying exactly how they feel. Yeah, that makes sense? Yeah, and what helps your relationships is to become very, very honest about how you feel. What doesn't help your relationships is to say it's their fault you feel that way. If they're your feelings, they're your responsibility. So if I say, I'm feeling overwhelmed, like I'm not coping, nobody can argue with that. But if I say, you're not helping me enough, you see how they're going to argue with that? But nobody will argue with you saying how you feel. It's learning. But you've inherited this from your mum. Your mum used to keep everything in. Yeah?
That's true.
It is. And so it's monkey see, monkey do. 0 to 7, we behave just like our parents. So you've done what you thought being a grown-up was like. But the downside is your health is starting to suffer. Now, they want you just to rotate that foot now. Right, just walk around a little bit and just see how it's feeling. Yeah, and then come back this way.
About the same.
About the same. Cool. Right, now we're going to see something really different here, because with your left foot's starting to turn inwards a bit, yeah? And we need to work on that, and hopefully we're going to lose your waddle.
Yeah.
You can feel you've got like a bit of a waddle, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, feelings exist within us. That there are energy systems, so our feelings are chemicals, and if somebody does something and hurts our feelings, insults us, makes us feel diminished, rage, anger, upset, shame, whatever can arise within us. But as kids, we were never taught what to do with those feelings. If anything, we were told, oh, forgive and make up. But we weren't told how to reconcile the feelings within us. And so now as grown-ups, that's what we need to do, is we need to reconcile the feelings from the past. You don't have to go digging into the past. What will happen is in life, something will happen that will upset you, but the trigger is back in childhood. And so what you've got to do is stay vigilant and realise, oh gosh, oh, that's really upset me. Why would that really upset me? It reminds me of the time when mum did or dad did or And then once you can see it for what it is, you can actually release it from your energy field. Right, just have another walk and see how that's feeling. It's a bit better. Come on back. You're not going to know yourself tonight. Yeah. I'm coming around that side now because I want to look at that foot that's turning inwards. All right, so on the bottom part of this foot, what do we call this? Your soul. Isn't that amazing that we call this the soul? This is where our soul connects with the earth. Yeah, and I like to think of myself as walking lightly on the earth. I love to be barefoot. I think, with the exception of one pair of shoes that I possess that I'm probably going to patent, shoes are very rarely designed for our feet, are they? Have you noticed the difference in the shape of your foot and the shape of a shoe? It's weird, isn't it? How many years have we got to put up with shoes that are not the shape of our foot, and bunions, and yeah? We got to wake up, haven't we? And I've got some better shoes. At later events I'll show you my better shoes because they really are really, really good. But I've got to get in touch with the designer of them because I think they're going to be a phenomenal success. Right, so this is your soul. Your soul of the foot is connecting with the earth. And yeah, what do I need to say about this? Because this foot is turning inwards a little bit. I would interpret that as you needing to connect with nature more, wanting to spend more time in the garden or outdoors more. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, the lovely thing about nature is it reminds us of our nature. If you put a baby in a room like this and gave it a ball and a teddy bear and a bell, there's one level of learning. If you put the baby outside on the grass with the bees and the birds and the butterflies, there's a whole different level of learning, isn't there? Yeah, and in Germany, the kindergarten, child garden, they're always made outdoors. And think about it, when we were growing up, didn't we get sent outdoors? We were making too much noise usually, but we got sent outdoors to play and let off some steam. But nowadays, the kids, it seems to me, they're on this technology and they're not interacting socially like they used to. They're not getting the physical exercise or the fresh air that they used to. But this is saying that you are wanting more time outdoors, in nature. Yeah. Now, what we have got to contend with, though, is your mind. Your mind is busy, busy, busy. You're always in there. Yeah. All right? This is programming. We've been programmed to be in here. We have valued knowledge over wisdom. Yeah, you've been taught stuff at school. Little story. I think it's a medical establishment in the United States. As the students have just passed, they've just got their caps and their gowns, they've qualified as doctors, the professor emeritus stands on the stage and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, proud parents, we are so glad to congratulate this year's qualifying students. You've studied so hard, it's been a 5-year slog, we are so proud of you. We know it's taken a lot for you to get the grades that you have. Now, before I and my esteemed colleagues send you out into the world, we have just 2 things to say to you. Number 1, half of what we taught you as medical fact is false, and we don't know which half." All right, and I've just come from my niece who is studying history, and I know what she's studying in history is wrong. But if I tell her what really happened, she'll get marked wrong for it. Yeah? My kids, my son was studying biology, and the textbook said that the veins carry the oxygenated blood, and I said, "No, that's wrong, darling. It's the arteries carry the oxygenated blood. The veins take the deoxygenated blood away." "Well, that's not what the textbook says." I said, "Oh, well, I'll ring your teacher." "No, Mum, don't do that." So I rang up the teacher, and the teacher didn't know. So I rang up the head of science, and the head of science said, "Yes, you're exactly right." I said, "Well, how many years has it been like that?" And he looked back 6 years. So either the kids had all learnt it the wrong way, and then whoever mark the tests was either marking them wrong when they got it right and right when they got it wrong, or it was a mare, wasn't it? And that is how silly our educational system is. When the word educate is from a Greek base, it means to draw out from within. We've got an innate intelligence in here. If you ask somebody, even young children, things, it's amazing what they will say. If you ask them questions, it's amazing what they can come up with themselves. And that builds confidence. Right, another walk around, see how they're feeling.
Yeah. Tingly.
Tingly, tingly's good.
Is it?
Tingly is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a lot faster, isn't she?
Yeah. Feels better.
Yeah. Any pain in there as you're walking?
No, not at the minute.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So your thing is realising that you were taught at a young age not to show your feelings. We all have feelings. We're emotional beings. And so we've got to recognise what is the feeling I'm feeling and feel it. And they've all got guidance. You know, so if I'm feeling ashamed of something, then, okay, what is it I'm feeling ashamed about? What do I need to do to make myself feel better about that? And expressing ourselves, but without making other people wrong. All right, that's the art of communication between any two people, is our ability to say, this is how I'm feeling neglected, I'm feeling not loved, without saying, you neglect me, you don't love me. Yeah, you're saying, this is how I am feeling. Yeah, nobody can argue with that. Yeah, that makes sense?
Yes.
Awesome, brilliant,
Thank you.
cool. Give her a round of applause.